here problems based on Parsevals identity. This is what Parsevals identity. If f of x equal to f of s, then integral minus infinity to infinity modulus of f of x the square dx is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity modulus of f of s the square ds. So find the Fourier transform of f of x if f of x is equal to splitted function 1 minus modulus x mod x less than 1, otherwise mod x is greater than 1, and hence deduce that integral 0 to infinity sin t by t the square dt is equal to pi by 2. Also integral 0 to infinity sin t by t whole power 4 dt is equal to pi by 3. So what's given in the problem? F of x equal to 1 minus mod x is less than 1, otherwise 0. Therefore, Fourier transform of f of x. Formula for Fourier transform. It is defined by f of s. So f of s is equal to 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of x e power I s x dx. So f of x is replaced by given function 1 minus mod x, and e power I sx is replaced by cos sx plus I sin sx. So I because means e power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. So we have to multiple this function 1 minus modulus x with two terms cos x plus I sin sx. Okay, so 1 minus mod x into cos sx, 1 minus mod x into sin sx. So first function 1 minus mod x into cos sx is g of x. Let me take a g of x equal to the first function, and x is replaced by minus x means we will get the same function. Why? Because means cos of minus theta is cos theta, and modulus of minus x is plus mod x. So we will get the same function. Therefore g of x is even. So if even function is there means integral minus 1 to 1 g of x dx can be changed by 2 times of integral 0 to 1 g of x dx. And second function is treated as h of x. So h of minus x is what? 1 minus of modulus of minus x sine of minus sx. Sine of minus theta is a minus sine theta. So we will get the negative function. See, h of minus x is equal to minus h of x. Therefore h of x is odd function of x. So if odd function is there means we will get the value 0. Therefore, f of s is equal to 1 by root 2 pi into 2 times of first function is an even function. So, limit integral minus 1 to 1 can be changed by 2 times of integral 0 to 1. So, 2 times of integral 0 to 1 function is what? 1 minus modulus x cos sx dx. Therefore, f of s is equal to root 2 by pi integral 0 to 1 minus x cos sx dx. Modulus x is plus x because it is an even function. And here we have to use that Bernoulli's formula. So 1 minus modulus x into integral of cos sx, it is sin sx by s, minus alternative signs will come in the Bernoulli's formula. So minus the second term is a negative function. So minus of minus x, differentiation of minus x is minus 1, and integral of this thing, it is a minus cos sx divided by x coefficient s. Already one s is there in the first function. So s into s square, and limit from 0 to 1. So we have to simplify this step. 1 minus x into sin sx by s, minus into minus plus, plus into minus cos sx divided by s square, limit from 0 to 1, and x is replaced by the upper limit 1 means your first term 1 minus 1 will be 0, and the second term is what? Minus cos s divided by s square minus of lower limit is 0. So sin 0 is 0. 0 into this thing 0. And second term is what? Minus a cos 0 divided by s square. Cos 0 is 1. Minus into minus plus. So 1 minus cos s divided by s square. And 1 minus cos s is replaced by that formula 2 sin square s by 2. Let it be equation number 1. Okay, so to deduce the value of the integral, we have to use the inverse Fourier transform. It is f of x equal to 1 by root 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity f of s e power minus I s x ds. Okay, so e power f of s is replaced by root 2 by pi 2 sine square s by 2 divided by s square and e power minus I s x. Formula for this thing is cos sx minus I sin sx and root 2 and root 2 will be cancelled. Okay, then root pi into root pi is pi and this 2 is there. So 2 by pi integral minus infinity to infinity sine square s by 2 divided by s square into e power minus I sx. It is replaced by cos sx minus I sin sx dx. So 2 by pi integral this thing is multiplied with these two terms. So cos sx minus I times of this thing into sin sx ds. And sine term is an odd function and it will be 0 and your first function is an even function. So if a even function means minus infinity to infinity can be changed by 2 times of integral 0 to infinity. Already 1 2 is there. So 2 into 2 4 by pi integral 0 to infinity sine square s by 2 divided by s square cos sx dx. So what is that? This is what the second equation. Okay, so to deduce the value of the integral x is equal to 0, we have to replace x by 0 to find the value of the integral. Why? Because means cos 0 is 1. So 1 into this thing, we will get we will get the value of the function. Okay. So, and x equal to 0, which is a point of continuity for the function. When x equal to 0 means, what do you get? The value of the integral. What is given in the function? It is 1 minus modulus x. So 1 minus of x is replaced by 0 means f of 0 is equal to 1. So from the second equation, f of 0 is equal to 4 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin s divided by s the whole square into ds. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. So into ds. F of 0 value is 1. So 1 is equal to 4 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin s by 2 by s the whole square ds. Okay, this 4 by pi goes to that side by pi by 4 and t is replaced by s by 2 and s is equal to 2t differentiating on both sides. So ds is equal to 2 dt. When s equal to 0 means what do you get? T equal to 0 and s equal to infinity means t equal to infinity. Okay, therefore pi by 4 is equal to integral 0 to infinity sin s by 2, it is t divided by s, it is 2t the whole square and this ds is replaced by 2 dt. Okay, 2 and 2 will be cancelled. Mean 4, 2t square means 4t square. So what do you get? Pi by 2 is equal to integral 0 to infinity sin t by t the square dt. Okay, then we have to deduce this function here, I mean, what's the power of this function? It is 4. So more than 2 means we have to use the Parsevals identity. So what is that Parsevals identity? It is integral minus infinity to infinity modulus of f of x the square dx is equal to integral f of s the square ds. Okay, so from 1 modulus of f of s is equal to root 2 by pi 2 sine square s by 2 divided by s square. So we have to squaring on both sides. So what do you get? 2 square is 4. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. So 4 into 2, 8. 8 divided by pi sine power of 4 s by 2 divided by sine power 4. Okay. So integral minus infinity to infinity 8 by pi sine power 4 s by 2 divided by s power 4 ds is equal to s integral minus infinity to infinity mod x f of x. So f of x is a given function 1 minus modulus x the whole square dx. Okay, so 1 minus x the square dx. Yes. So t is equal to s by 2 means s is equal to 2. Differentiating on both sides, so ds equal to 2 dt. When s equal to 0 means t equal to 0, s equal to infinity means t also infinity. So 8 by pi integral 0 to infinity sine power 4 t divided by 2 power 4 t power 4. S power 4 is there. Value for s is 2t. So 2t whole to the power 4. Okay, 2 dt. ds is replaced by 2 dt, which is equal to, in the RHS, what is that? 1 minus x the whole square is there. So integral of this thing is 1 minus x the cube divided by minus 3, limit from 0, 1. Okay, so 1 by pi integral 0 to infinity sine power 4 t divided by t power 4 dt is equal to 1, 2 and 2 will be cancelled. 2 cube is there in the denominator. 2 cube is 8. So 8 and 8 will be cancelled. Okay. So which is equal to minus 1 by 3 times of 1 minus upper limit is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0 and lower limit is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So minus 1 by 3, 0 minus 1, it is my plus 1 by 3. So integral sine power 4 t divided by t power 4 dt is equal to pi by 3. Pi by 3. 1 by pi goes to that side by pi. So pi by 3. This is what the deduction part. Thank you.